Hey guys, welcome to my math board. Sa video na to, magsosolve tayo ng isang trigonometric identity. So dito, we are going to prove that 1 plus sine x plus cosine x over 1 plus sine x minus cosine x equals 1 plus cosine x over sine x. So sa pagpo-prove ng identity, tingnan natin yung mas complicated, then doon tayo mag-focus. So kung makikita ninyo dito, so yung left hand side ang mas complicated compared to the right hand side. So, ang i-manipulate natin ay yung left hand side para maging katulad siya ni right hand side. Okay? So, we have to manipulate the left hand side. Okay. So, we have 1 plus sine x plus cosine x all over 1 plus sine x minus cosine x. So, kung makikita ninyo yung right hand side ng equation, ang numerator niya 1 plus cosine x. So, we are going to find way para magkaroon ng 1 plus cosine x sa numerator. So, gagawin natin, i-multiply natin yung numerator and denominator by 1 plus cosine x. Okay, so we have 1 plus cosine x over 1 plus cosine x. Okay, then sa numerator, factored form na lang gagamitin natin. So, ikakopy lang natin yung numerator in factored form, which is 1 plus sine x plus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. So, para nandito pa rin yung 1 plus cosine x na kailangan natin. Then, i-multiply natin yung denominator. So, distribute lang 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times cosine x is cosine x. Then, sine x times 1, sine x. Then, sine x times cosine x, sine x cosine x. And then, negative cosine times 1, negative cosine x. Then, negative cosine times positive cosine is negative cosine squared x. So, and then, since ang ating denominator may sine x, so hanap tayo ng paraan para magkaroon ng sine x pa dito sa denominator. So, ang gagawin natin, i-group natin siya. Okay. So, copy the numerator, 1 plus sine x plus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Okay? So, kung makikita ninyo yung 1 minus cosine squared x, meron siyang identity, di ba? Yung Pythagorean identity, which is sine squared x. So, i-group natin siya as 1 minus cosine squared x plus sine x plus sine x cosine x minus cosine x. Okay? So, the next step is, okay, by the way, we can cancel cosine x here because we have cosine x minus cosine x. So, tatanggalin natin si cosine x dito. Yan. So, yan. Then, ang mangyayari, we have copy again the numerator, 1 plus sine x plus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. So, mangyayari sa denominator, yung 1 minus cosine squared x, ay gagawin natin siyang sine squared x. So, saan ba siya nanggaling? Di ba? We have sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. So, solving for sine squared, so we have sine squared x equals 1. Transpose this, we have minus cosine squared x. So, therefore, yung value ng 1 minus cosine squared x ay sine squared x. So, kaya naging ganito. Then, plus sine x plus sine x cosine x. So, anong mapapansin niyo sa denominator? So, makikita nyo, lahat ng terms may sine x. So, pwede tayong mag-factor. So, you have 1 plus sine x plus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Then, we have a common factor of sine x here. So, we have sine x times sine squared divided sine is sine. Then, sine divided sine is 1. Sine x cosine x divided sine x is cosine x. So, makikita ninyo yung 1 plus sin x plus cosine x, same lang siya sa sin x plus 1 plus cosine x. Nagkaroon ng difference sa order, pero ang value nila pareho lang. So, pwede natin silang makancel. Cancel them. Then, ang matitira na dyan, yung ating right-hand side, which is 1 plus cosine x all over sin x. So, ito yung ating right-hand side of the equation. So, ibig sabihin, na-prove na natin na yung given equation ay identity.